Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. This is the first. I'm talking about the first. It's the first episode of ICONversation. This is wild. I remember just thinking about this like a week ago. I'm really, really excited about this. I have a very special guest here with me. Listen. You need to get your eyes right, okay? You need to get your eyes right because you're gonna look and you could be like, no, that can't be real. And you're gonna have to blink again and you're gonna have to look again because I got PrettiBoiRoq in the building. How you doing?
I'm good, baby. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. One of the reasons why I felt like this would be such a good first episode is because I know you've done a lot with your career. I know you have a lot that you want to do with your career, but I really wanted ICONversation to be about this idea that you are an icon now. You're not this thing that's like one day I will be an icon. You're an icon now, and the world is going to catch up to seeing that reality, right? And so when I look at you, I see an icon. I see somebody who's making their way in their own lane. And so I'm really excited to have you for the first episode. I really want us to get into some things. I really want us to talk. I want you to just feel comfortable and just do your thing. But let's start. Let's start with what I call mic check, okay? So mic check is we just gonna ask you a couple questions. we want to see if the mic is working right. You know what I mean? So check this out. Who is your favorite rapper of all time and why?
Oh my God, this is the gayest answer ever. Of course, it's gonna be Onika Tanya Mirage.
Her full name, her government name.
Her government name, Miss Nicki Minaj herself.
But why? But what's?
I think for me as a gay man, because I think like especially like those of us of a certain age, our gay icons were always like straight women, correct? That like we identified with. And so I remember like 90s was like Toni Braxton. That was my diva. That was my girl. She had this like guttural, like masculinity to her voice, but she was still sexy.
Oh yeah.
And then Nicki came on the scene. And that code switch from like Barbie to Roman to like this like, she could go into the masculine lane and like beat up the boys, but then she's like the cute little Barbie on the side at the same time. And I think showing that kind of versatility that early on, like just really like gravitated me to her. And also always just being a fan of hip hop music, but not really finding someone that I felt like told a narrative that I could identify with. I think Nicki just kind of like, she gave the gays something to think about. Okay, so this is
she definitely gave the gays something to think. She gave the world something to think about. But I want to say something because I feel like and I hope you're part of the Barb Nation.
Cuts to camera.
So one of the things that I really wanted to say to you, because I know you're a Barb, and I know I've seen some posts about Nicki, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things. And to be really honest with you, I've known this for a while, and I've been watching you. Okay, I've been in the corners, in the cuts, watching you because you're a Barb. And usually, my experience with Barbs is they're a little delusional. And listen, love you, Barbs, really do. Like I fuck with Nicki. There's nobody that's gonna take her place, right? She's Nicki. But just slightly delusional, right? Like there is no other person except Nicki.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the things that I really like about you is I've been watching you, and it feels like you make room for the other girls as well. It's not just Nicki only. That's the only thing I see. Nicki is queen. I'm sure she's going to be your queen forever and ever and all time. And also that doesn't mean that there's not other girls that are doing their thing. And
100%. I think that like that's where it gets like the lines get blurred as far as a Barb goes, because I think a lot of people who are fans of Nicki Minaj are like, anybody else in the female rap lane is coming for Nicki's crown, and it's like, no, Nicki's gonna have the crown forever. Ever and ever. I don't think there will be a woman in our lifetime that comes up and can just do what Nicki did in the space she did and the way she does it. That doesn't mean there's not other female talented rappers. Like, I love female rap in general. There's this like beauty to me in like women taking that masculine role and being like, no, I'm the masculine. Right. You're my bitch.
Right.
You're gonna pay my bills.
Right.
You're gonna lick my pussy.
Right.
Like that's like, you know, like if you have to edit that out, that's fine. But you know, it's like this, like it's like this switch of like roles, and I think it's great to see women flourishing in male-dominated spaces.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, I fuck with a lot of the girls. Right. If you got talent, you got talent. I'm not gonna like be like Nicki's the best, so I can't respect anyone else. That's just not my energy.
That's the thing is like I feel for me particularly. I am a part of Barty Gang. And so like right here, you're witnessing history. You know what I'm saying? Right here on ICONversation, you're witnessing history. There's a Barb and there's Barty Gang, and we're talking and having a respectful conversation. And both do their own thing, and it's amazing and it's great. Anyway, let me go to another question because we're warming up this mic.
Right.
If you could bring one artist, okay, now listen to this. If you could bring one artist back from the dead, they ain't alive, from the dead. If you can bring them back from the dead and go to their concert, which artist would it be?
Ooh. I gotta think. I would have to say Michael Jackson.
Ooh, tell me why.
He's just so iconic and I think so misunderstood. Yeah. And I feel like his like discography alone, like that would just be epic. And I think regardless of like the turmoil towards the end of his life, that man did something for the industry. And I think it would be like going to Beyonce times 100. And
as
a Beyonce fan, that is like massive. You know what I mean?
We love
like he walks so Beyonce could run. Like he was the original Beyonce. You know, so like I don't know. I just think like if I had to see one person that I never got to see because of I was just way too young when he passed, that would be the concert for me.
Wait, but I love how you added that in there. I was just way too young.
way too young. I couldn't afford those tickets.
Okay, check this out. So first of all, do you do karaoke? Okay, we may be the same. I don't fuck with karaoke.
I don't either. I feel if I have to perform, you should pay for it.
Did I not just say that in the car?
I'm kidding.
I just said that in the car. I'm like, bruh, I am not going to no karaoke and you not buying a ticket. So we're going to skip that question because we already know what your answer is.
Yeah.
What's the riskiest decision you've made in your music career so far?
The riskiest decision I made in my music career, I would say moving out here.
Ooh.
I drove across the country in my 2005 Chevy Impala.
How long did it take?
3 days, because I had no money. So I was doing 14-hour drives every single day with me and a good friend of mine. So we actually, he flew into Charlotte. I, drove out to the Charlotte airport, picked him up. We dipped down south and, took the southern route. Because it was January. I'm from North Carolina. We don't drive in snow.
No.
I don't know how. I would have been dead.
Yeah, basically.
So I got here in 3 days. I had $900 to my name.
Wow.
I found a house in Orange County that was renting a room for $300. I paid my first 2 months rent. Wow. So I at least would have a place to stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I went to the local Albertsons and I did my white trash, grocery shopping. It was white bread, bologna.
Cup of noodles?
Singles. Yes, craft singles, cup of noodles. Oh, I got the ramen packs.
I
don't fuck with the cup. It's not it starts melting.
Weird,
yeah. Once it starts melting in the middle, I'm what am I actually ingesting?
Right.
So, and I think that was just and I had no idea what I was going to do or how I was going to do it at that point because I knew nobody outside of the family I was living with and they weren't in the industry. So, I think that was the scariest time for me because I always feel most things I do are calculated and I'm very methodical and I'm very business oriented. And that was my Aries truly coming out, being fuck it, let's drive across the country with $900 to our name. So
and it worked out.
It did. I've been here 11 years. So here we are.
11, over a decade.
Over a decade. I'm an Angelino. Yeah.
Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so one more. What's something you've done on stage that made you nervous, but you did it anyway? So you did it on stage, made you a little nervous, but you just did it anyway.
Honestly, choreography, anytime. I can dance. I can two-step.
Right.
But when I did San Diego Pride, I actually worked with an insanely talented choreographer because I was I want a full Beyonce show.
Right.
And then I realized quickly.
He's wait, hold on.
That is not me. I could two-step in and out of it.
Right.
But we were just in it to win it. And I'm glad I did it. It was a learning experience. I won't say I was the best.
Yeah.
You know, but I've kind of learned now like where my strengths lie on stage. And so, and I mean, the crowd ate it up. San Diego Pride was amazing. So, yeah, I think that was insanely nervous. I could feel like my heart was like up here and I'm like trying to rap and do choreo. And it was just, and I think I'm getting shaky thinking about it now. I guess giving me anxiety.
Right. And I honestly, to that point, because I've definitely been there, I feel like, particularly with choreo, like, you know, don't get me wrong. I go to a club and I'll go dance and like do my little thing, little freestyle. But choreo is such a different beast. And it makes me have so much respect for the people who do pull that off, like, you know, Beyonce and Sierra and some of these people that are like, yo, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can say that. But anyway, Chris Brown.
I mean,
but these people, I just respect them deeply because, I mean, they're doing something that it's really tough to do. Yeah. But in that space, like, you know, I think you talked about the idea of like trying it and not necessarily being the best at it, but learning where you fit in your space, right? And taking some of those things from that. And so I really want to talk about breaking systems, right? So, or breaking patterns. And I think that for me, at least, when I was in that choreo moment, that was a big moment of me breaking a pattern and being like, you know, I'm really comfortable in my little two-step and my little swaggy something and look at the crowd and do a little point of the finger. But I wanted to break the system in terms of like what my internal pattern was. And I wanted to try that choreo. And it really worked out in terms of it taught me something new, just like you. But let's talk about breaking the system. So what's a belief, a rule, or a system that you had to break in order to grow?
So for me, it was probably like growing up religious. My dad was a minister. I grew up in the church my entire life. And regardless of my personal beliefs, I think for the longest time when I was starting my career, there was that like Christian shame that came with being like sexual and things like that. So even within my lyrics, I was very calculated in how I worded things. I didn't want to say certain words. Even with the way I dressed, which you would not see that now. But even the way I dressed, it was very like, I wanted to, like, I remember even growing up and working in restaurants, they're like, oh, you're gay, but you're not gay.
Right.
And it was a very much of a code switch, like, especially growing up in the South, you kind of had to like dumb it down. Yeah. And I think I slowly started like finding myself in Los Angeles because there are so many people who are so comfortable with who they are.
Right.
And I just remember going home about 2 or 3 years after living in LA, and I was at the restaurant I worked at because I would still go and like pick up a few shifts to make some money because I'm on vacation. Yeah. I'm a server. We always need the coin. I'm also always hustling. Right. But the guy was like, you just changed. He's like, you're a lot gayer now. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think I'm gayer. I think this is who I was. Right. I think I was just like masking myself to make it palatable to you. Yep. And I think the moment I let go of that, not only was it good for my music because it allowed me to really be my authentic self as PrettiBoiRoq, but it also like emotionally and mentally helped me because I stopped like carrying around this like existential dread of like, what's my family gonna think of this new song? Right. Or what are the people I grew up with gonna think of this song? I don't care. Right. Don't listen to it.
Don't listen to it.
Plenty of other people do. I'm good.
Baby, I'm on the same page because I'm like, I grew up in a Christian environment, evangelical Christian environment as well. And you know what I mean? Mom was the youth pastor, like, you know, stepdad was the associate pastor. Great-grandmother, great-grandfather were pastors of their own church. Yep. People singing around and traveling and stuff. And so there was an expectation by the time I came along that, you know, this is just the way we do life. And this is the way, you know, we say these things, we don't. And to be honest, like my cousin, second cousin, he was the guitar player for Prince. So think about Prince back in that day.
That's another concert.
You know what I'm saying? That concert would be amazing. But think about Prince back in the day. He was breaking so many systems, right? Like, I mean, he was wearing all kinds of frills and frou-frous and heels and all kinds of stuff, right? And so by the time that kind of happened and different things had happened in my family, there was almost like an aversion to like, don't go do that. You need to do your thing in church and you need to say certain things and blah, blah. And so I really feel like when I came out to do my music, it was almost like I had to rediscover who I was authentically as a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, right? And what does that look like? What does that mean? How do I express that? Who is me? I mean, to be really honest with you, I think it's not until it's very, very recent that I've actually felt comfortable in presenting who I believe is authentically me. And so let me ask you this, like, was there a moment where comfort had to be sacrificed for truth? I mean, I'm kind of setting you up there, but where it feels like, you know, you had to leave some of the things that were comfortable for you in order to live in truth or your truth.
Yeah, I think for me, it was the tipping point was when I started working with my current team as far as like visuals and things go, because they're like, my team's amazing. I love my crew so much. But I think they were just like really like they could sense the uncomfortability. And the people I'd worked with prior just kind of worked around it.
Gotcha.
Whereas Nick, my boo, my love, he really was like, you look uncomfortable. You have to fix what's going through your head? What's going through your head?
I love
and
that.
We had like a lot of late night talks and a lot of when we would do production meetings, a lot of tequila was involved.
Right.
But I think it was like around 2021, 2022, like when I was like coming out of COVID and I was really starting to like do music again. And I was like, who am I doing this for?
Right.
Because if I'm doing it for my family and to make them proud, I should stop now.
Just quit.
But if I'm doing it to live my authentic self,
right,
then I need to learn to like be okay with people not being okay with what I do.
Right.
And even if that's like the closest people. And I think growing up Southern too, it's really hard because you're so family focused.
Yeah.
And, you know, family is everything when you're from the South. Absolutely. And I've distanced myself either intentionally or unintentionally from a lot of my family. And a lot of my family has distanced themselves from me because of the lifestyle that I chose to live. But I have one life and I'm not sacrificing that anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's so, I literally feel like we can talk about this forever because it's like, I resonate so much.
Episode 3.
That part, we need an extended version because at this point, but I resonate so hard with it because it's like, it's a very real thing that I think people don't think about when they think about an artist. Yeah. That it's not just about the creativity and the music that you put out or the art that you put out. It's actually a lot of what's happening in your own personal life. And that you have to navigate all of those things while at the same time being creative. And I think that us as creatives have just found a way to be able to walk through the bullshit and find the art in that.
Yeah.
And then kind of put it out, all for somebody to get their old funky ass, fat ass Twitter thumbs to say they don't like something.
They gotta lick the Doritos dust off first.
Girl, get off the couch and go do something. But anyway. So I just resonate so hard with that. And I appreciate your journey. I appreciate your story. I think more people need to hear that because I think more people than we know have dealt with something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be religious, but just even the idea of like your family doesn't necessarily agree with what you're doing in an artistic perspective. So anyway, I think that's amazing. But let's get to the art, okay? Let's actually get to the music. I'm really excited. But like, tell me a little bit about like what's playing in your playlist. Like, I know Anika is up in there somewhere, but who else is on this playlist?
Yeah, I will say like, I try to also incorporate a lot of like queer artists into my playlist as well. My gym mix, Gattison's on there a couple times.
Me?
My good friend Mark, who I'm actually working on a joint project with.
Oh, cool.
Mark with a Q.
Mark with the Q, of course. Here in LA.
My little Puerto Rican pop princess himself.
There you go.
I love him. He's amazing. But just like a lot of like the local musicians. Chanel, obviously. My friend Dream.
Okay.
So like, I like to mix like a lot of like the secular artists with anything just like gets me going.
Right.
And naturally, like my playlist is like 90% like hip hop with like 10% pop.
Yeah.
So I would say that. And as far as like mainstream artists, people are probably gonna kill me. I liked Katy Perry's new album 143.
The person that is literally recording this audio right now is probably going to mess up your audio now because he hates Katy Perry's new album?
It was so like, it was just like this, like, just whatever album. Like, it was nothing groundbreaking. I'm not going to say it was like good.
Right.
But like, I bounce around to Lifetimes at the gym all the time. Okay. Gorgeous. Like, you know, there's like 2 or 3 songs that I like pull off there.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Okay.
So like,
she's naming the hits.
Yeah. I would say there's like, I feel like people just need to stop taking everything doesn't have to be a Gaga album. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. It can just be like stupid background music that you like to pump to, you know?
Right.
So like there's a good mix of that too.
Okay. Yeah, I love it.
That's the vibe.
I actually, you know what's funny is I haven't actually listened to Katy's album. I think I heard one song because she put it out, like the Woman's World. So and then
worst lead single ever. Somebody needs to be shot.
So the album is better than that.
I
lead
think
single?
so.
Okay. Cool.
I think it's very 2012 coded. Like take it for what it is. Like that was like for me the prime of music for like me personally, as a, you know, that was
so
like
nostalgic a little
bit. That was like my college days. It's like it brings you back to like that feel good time when music was just made to like make you feel good, and there wasn't supposed to be a message all the time.
Right.
Much of a message, yeah.
A message.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So then, but let's get to your music.
Yeah.
So what is out now in terms of like, what's the fresh Pretty Boy record that's out right now?
Yeah, so I just did a collaboration with Chanel Jole. A song called Why Now?
Yes, which is a bop.
Thank
has
you.
A music video and everything.
Has a music video and everything. It was such a good time, and like creating with her is always great because she's such an amazing like writer and lyricist. So she always intimidates me when we work together because
that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Because I know if I'm going to do a track with her, the pen has to be pushed, the production has to be there.
Let's go.
She's very adamant about giving her opinion, which I also love. She'll be like, I don't quite like this. This doesn't quite fit. This is too long.
Right.
So the whole process was really like a collaboration. It wasn't like a send your feature in. Right. This is done. I mean, she even wrote the hook for it.
I love it.
So yeah, I love the song. I think it was originally slated to be like the final single before the album, but we are pushing the album back a little bit because there's things going on behind the scenes. There might be one more little single coming because people got to stay fed, I guess.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, so then can we play one of your songs and can we? Yay!
Matter of fact, I know just why. Want that with an itty waistline. I'm a star, baby, just like a chain. I'm a shine.
See, the moment she came out with this, I was like,
you were like, oh yeah, this is the one. Yeah. When I saw the music video, I was like, oh, y'all really trying to flex on this one.
Yeah,
I love it.
To be honest, I'm just trying to choose up. I'm gonna get the best, and watch these bitches lose us. Word to Joanna, game over for the opposition, hit the stunner.
Yeah. Let's just say there was a couple rewrites after she said this to me.
Right, like.
Because this girl snaps.
Yeah.
She thinks she really competition. Bitches going to get them host of medication. Today, ties not yesterday's inflation. In the bus down, pressing on my wrist in the
So at this point, I was like, wait, where Pretty at? Then you came into the little office moment. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
We spent an hour getting that turn right.
Really?
I was like, guys, it's not that. That's fine. Matter of fact, I know I'm not. Yeah, this was a vibe.
This is such a vibe.
Bitches mad at me for what? Fuck it, 2 cents, I'ma keep it up.
5, 6 thick hits, I'm ducking you, slut. Got an awful lot of sons, but never busted a nut. That's my Nicki, I honestly said I would never talk about sons in a song.
Right.
Like, it has to be there.
You got into it.
It's very unlikely the way you throwing shots.
And also, interestingly enough, I originally wrote my verse where her verse was.
Oh, really?
And so the whole song kind of like flows. So I had to like actually rewrite the beginning to make everything fit.
Ah, interesting.
This is also like the longest shoot day.
How long was the shoot day?
13 hours, I think, all in.
13.
Listen, when it's a PrettiBoiRoq production, it's a PrettiBoiRoq production.
I love
If you do a video of me, you show up to, it's like, we have like shot lists. It's like time frames.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hair, makeup.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do my own makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the finger waves, that took an hour and a half.
I was going to say the finger waves are giving. Wait, why did my sister put finger waves in my hair when I was young? I was like, oh. I wasn't ready for the finger waves.
Really?
But they look great on you.
It was cute. I was like, it looked like very like 1920s dandy.
Yeah,
I was like, that's why with like the pinstripe.
Right. Hey, come on.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you. It was such a bop. And it was like, that was like, because we did like Who Wants Smoke, and we had just released that video. And like I said, the album was originally supposed to come out on the 13th of June. I was like, Chanel, I want a video. I want this to be like the final like lead single. And even though it's not anymore, it's just like, it's such an iconic moment. It's such like a song of the summer vibe.
It is.
We just got to get her to the right people.
That part. And I think that that's really every independent artist kind of struggle journey is to get the music in front of the people, right? In front of enough people for it to catch. But it sounds like, and it seems like, and it looks like that you guys have definitely been getting it in front of the right people. It seems like people are really enjoying the song. I know I am. I mean, you've been talking about projects and stuff like that. Like, do you have any new, like, sneak peeks or anything? Or
I do.
Can we get an exclusive?
Yes, I can give y'all a little like sneak peek, a little something. This is one of two possible final singles.
Ooh.
I was not going to share the other one. Yes. Well, the other one is another feature, and I'm kind of debating on whether, because my last two singles were both features. And the first two singles from the album were solo projects. Right. So I'm like 2 and 2. So do I put like one more feature out? Or do I do this one? Right. So I don't know. I might actually do a little poll on my little like House of Kim private channel on Instagram. Okay. So if y'all ain't on there yet, join. And if you want to give some feedback, because I might just do like little snippets of both and let people like decide like
that's brilliant.
What the journey is.
That's brilliant. I love that. So tell me about what is it called? What is the song?
The song's called Passport.
Okay.
I really wanted to do that like Lil Kim, How Many Licks, Nicki Minaj, Anaconda, where you're just like, you name dropping the hoes.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I did not use anybody's real names.
But they're based on real people.
Everyone in this song is based on someone real.
Okay.
So, and it's just funny because it's like, it's so tongue-in-cheek. It's just supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
The intro gags people. So it's like, it's cute.
Well, let's hear let's hear this. What is this?
These bitches don't like me. Cause like, I'm pretty as fuck.
Always gotta talk my shit, so.
Hey.
Saw your last post and it had me like, ew. Dude, every port. See my dick hella long, but I keep my business short. Collecting these hoes like stamps on a passport. Been around the world, I fucked a couple girls. Had me digging in them clams, had me looking for them pearls. Sight make you blink. Bet 100 stacks, I can make that pussy purr. He clapped me from the back, yo, it started clapping back. The other day in LA with this boy named Dre. Gave it to him twice, now he's begging me to stay. All right, that's it.
So let's talk about Trey.
Let's talk about Trey.
That's awesome.
Trey was an ex of mine. Yeah.
Oh, I'm really vibing with that.
Thank
I think
you.
that honestly is kind of in line with at least kind of the direction that I hear female rap going. Like I think immediately it kind of makes me think in the same playlist, like not the same song, but in the same playlist as Outside by Cardi.
I love Outside. Yeah.
Love that song, but it kind of feels like it would be in the same playlist and you just be feeling yourself in the moment.
It's like I wanted it to be like a club bop. I wanted it to be like so unserious. Like with the second verse is even more just like ludicrous. It's like crazy. But it was like, and it was kind of fun because it was also kind of like jabbing at some of the boys in my life. Or maybe,
Right.
Because there are some lashings, but I don't name names in music. That's just not my vibe.
I love it. I want to go a little deeper. What did you have to unlearn to keep creating from a healthy place?
I think to like, this may be like an oddly specific like point of like creation, but I think like after I left my long-term partner of 8 years.
Oh.
It didn't end on the best of circumstances.
Okay.
And I think there was a lot of the songs that were originally written on this album were coming from a very angry place. And I was harnessing that anger and resentment to make music. And while it does create good music, it wasn't mentally healthy for me because every time you tap into that place as an artist, you bring yourself back to that emotionally.
Absolutely.
And so you're not healing.
Yep.
It's like you're putting like, you're stitching up a wound, but then you're just ripping it back open.
Yeah.
And it just came to a point where I was like, I had to like forgive him. And it was a process, but we did have a conversation, and I was like, and I just told him, I was like, I forgive you. Like you can wash your hands of everything. We're good.
Right.
And I think that's where the more fun stuff started coming out, because I was no longer, you can make a breakup album and it doesn't have to all be angry.
That part.
Because there are stages to breaking up. There's your hoe phase. There's your like falling in love again phase.
That part. So are we falling in love again? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not.
She's like, I ain't there yet.
No, I just like, I'm so caught up in like what I'm doing right now. And like, as much as I would love to have love in my life again, I'm not gonna just like fall in for anybody.
Absolutely.
I need someone who understands me, who understands what I do, who just makes sense in the moment. And right now I haven't. I mean, there's potential. There are people that like I've been seeing and talking to that I do enjoy their company, and I think like we're on the same wavelength, but I am not gonna push that on them, and I don't think they're gonna push that on me.
Absolutely. And I think that's so important for us as independent artists or just creatives in general to hear. Like we are a special breed of people that need a certain type of partner that is really supportive in what we do, and that understands how to navigate a relationship with an artist or a creative, that I don't think we really talk about. And I feel like in order for somebody to really be in a relationship with a creative, there is a special skill set that you need to have. I mean, just even from, I don't know, and maybe this is just me, but like on a practical note, like there are times where I just get creative inspirations. They come out of nowhere. They can literally be you and I talking right now, and a wave of creativity hits me. And I just need you to pause real quick so I can go to the voice memo and go get that. And, somebody that doesn't necessarily take that as an offense or, it's disrespect or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just one of many things. But I think we are such a rare breed, and we need a special type of person to
exactly. Because there's also like that shutdown mode I think artists get that I think a lot of partners don't understand. It's like when I've exhausted myself creatively, I need to like couch potato with my cats and a Netflix binge, order my Wingstop, and I just sit there and like just like spend all day just eating a 20-piece boneless and like
thank you, boneless.
Boneless. I love bone-in. It's just like if I'm at home, like why? It's so much effort.
It's too much.
Give me the whatever you want to call them. Chicken nuggets and sauce. I don't care. But yeah, especially because Verado run that like 20-piece special. It was like 20-piece and a fry for like $20.
Listen, give me them little
Couldn't tell me nothing.
Make me feel good.
Oh, I do the Voodoo Fries. Like, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. So like you need those days too. And I think like a lot of times when you're like dating somebody and it's like, you finally get a day off and they're like, I want to spend the day with you. And I'm like, I want to spend the day by myself. Like I want to spend the day with me too. So,
I really like me too.
Yeah. Like,
are you an introvert or an extrovert? I think people assume that artists or creatives are automatically extroverts.
I think I'm an introverted extrovert.
Okay,
so I think by nature I'm
extrovert.
extroverted. I think I'm very much like, when I'm on, I'm on.
Right,
like I'm
course.
so much like I'd rather be out and about than inside. But I think once I reach that like level of like my energy has been drained, I think it takes me longer to reboot. And it's also, I'm just getting older. So like, I don't bounce back like I used to. Like in my 20s.
But does he look old?
Thanks, LA doctors. No, I'm
That part.
That part. Nobody in LA ages. I wonder why. No, but I think like as I get older, it takes longer. Because in my 20s, like I was out every night of the week. Like what party was going on, I was there. Like it was just a constant thing.
Right.
And now it's like I love doing those things and I like going out, but it's also like I am as I get older appreciating my alone time as well.
That part, alone time is really, it's just a part of it. I did a performance and it was, it's a lot of energy when you're, and because you're giving every fucking thing you have on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And, then I came off the stage, and I'm sure you've experienced, you come off the stage and people are talking to you and you're giving your best. I'm very much the type of artist that like, I live for those one-on-one moments with people because, those are the moments for me where people get to share their story and how things have been, how their life has been impacted in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just they had fun. But I'm also a big ass softie. So like my moon is Pisces, right?
Oh, no.
Come on, doctor. My moon is Pisces. I don't know why I called you a doctor and what that has to do with astrology, but anywho,
I think you can get like a doctorate in astrology, right?
There you go.
You can doctorate in anything.
So
it's America.
It's America. So I'm a Pisces, so I feel things really deeply and I process emotionally in that way. So I remember walking off the stage, I think this is WeHo Pride. I walked off the stage and this girl, she came up to me and she was like, I just got to let you know, like, this show really impacted me. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so sweet. And then she's like, no, like, you have no idea. And she started crying. And she was talking about how the day before I think she had just broken up with a girlfriend or something like that. And she wasn't supposed to come to Pride, but something in her told her to come. And then when I sang a certain song, she just felt like a release and like, whatever. And those are the moments that I live for. And anyway, I say all that to say that I'm a big ass crybaby. So as soon as I see a tear welling up in your eye, it's like automatic. Mine's come, So, but I live for those moments. And I think we give so much as artists on that stage that it becomes like, I don't know, cathartic in a way to be able to release your music to people and to have them respond back.
I think seeing it being received is like the most powerful moment. Like, when you see the people reacting in any capacity, it's such like, it means you're doing your job.
Yeah.
It means you've like, because it's not all in vain,
That part.
Yeah.
The moving across the country in 3 days with $900 to your name and people are starting to sing your song back to you. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, love that. Okay. But this is why we need to kind of normalize failure is just a part of the process. Failure actually means that you are doing your job because a part of failure, if you learn from your mistakes, if you learn from those things, then it actually becomes something that pushes you further to your goal, right?
Yeah.
And so I just want to know, like, tell me about a time that you feel like you failed, but that, like, you got something from it. Like, give us some receipts. Like, what's...
Yeah, I would say it was probably... I've been thinking about this because I've failed so many times. When you've been doing music as long as I have, like, there are...
so many receipts.
Lists. I got a box full of them.
Right.
And I wouldn't say it was, like, a failure as such, like... Okay, I'm just gonna let's just start. So I was like, picture it, post-COVID, 2021.
Okay.
Because 2019, I was really kind of finding my groove with Prides. Like I was like booking Prides consistently.
Okay.
My EP had just dropped. House of Ken. Like I was really formulating all of that, and I was like really on the upward trajectory as far as like the performance side of things.
Right.
And then COVID happened, and I feel like a lot of artists had to kind of restructure what they do, and we became more of like the digital world. It's like we started focusing on videos and streams and content.
Absolutely.
And I think I got really comfortable with that because I feel like I just am naturally creative and artsy. Right. So like social media and like posting and like music videos, that's just, that's my arena. If I could just live there all day, I would.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we can't. We are artists. And so my first show back was Orange County Pride.
Okay.
And I put on some COVID weight.
Okay.
She was... put it in perspective, I was about 35 pounds heavier than I am now.
Okay.
And like, it was fine. Like, I'm not here to body shame myself or anybody. Beautiful at any size.
We love pretty thick.
I think the outfit choices should not have been utilized for a woman of my size at that point in time. And I was just not prepared. Like, again, I worked with the same choreographer, but I felt like I probably didn't put in the effort I should have the second time around. There was a lot of happenstances happening at Pride itself. Like, they were running behind schedule, which always happens.
Yeah, it does.
If you ever book a Pride, if you get on the stage when they tell you, let me know.
Right.
But it just happens. Things happen. And then, like, there was a band that went on right before us, and they, like, because they were running so far behind, they wouldn't take their equipment off the stage.
Oh, no.
Because they were trying to catch up. So, like, we lost half our stage when I had 4 dancers.
Oh, no.
So, long story short, the show just, like, I watched back and I cringe at, like, watching the performance. Like, it just seems so, everybody just seems so confused. The dancers were great.
Yeah.
By everybody, I mean me. I looked so out of place. Like, just a little, like, Pillsbury Doughboy flopping around on stage. Out of breath the whole time because I wasn't, like, physically fit, you know? And it's all about breath control. And the mic was on.
It is. The mic was on.
You could hear me huffing and puffing about to blow the house down. Exactly. I was like, backing vocals, take over.
Please.
That's why you got a backing track always.
That part.
So yeah, I would say that was just like a wake-up call for me that was like, you know, you have to nurture yourself in all aspects as an artist. And like that's something that I am still actively working on. I think it's one of my personal shortcomings to this date.
Okay.
But you can't spell millions without a couple L's.
That part.
So I think it was just like a wake-up call. And as I move forward and, you know, we're trying to book gigs again and things like that, I will definitely be taking that aspect of my career much more seriously.
Absolutely. It's so fascinating to me, like talking to different artists and seeing where they feel strongest at, like, you know, where they feel like their strong point is and where their weak points are, and how us as artists, like, really, I think one of the reasons why community is so amazing in terms of creatives is that we can actually help each other, right? And maybe in an area that you feel weak, I feel strong. Maybe in an area I feel weak, you feel strong. We should be like trading, right? Because I think maybe sometimes there is this mindset that there's not enough room for all of us.
Yeah.
And it's killing all of us because I think we could be getting further if we were connected together as a group. And it actually reminds me, and I think you may be able to appreciate this. Maybe you're not this old, but maybe you are. No.
He's about to clock me.
But remember when music, especially hip hop, was about the crew? Yeah. You had, my favorite crew was Missy, Timbaland, Magoo, Aaliyah, Genuine. But you had this was more towards the 2000s. You had
Young Money.
You had Murder Inc. That's a little bit maybe before your time. But then you had
Grand Hustle. T.I. was my shit back in the day.
Like,
he could still get it.
No Limit. No Limit Soldier, like from the South. So I'm just like, I think there's so much power in connecting with artists that you feel some type of resonance with. Yeah. And helping. I remember even like Lil' Kim, obviously their whole crew, Bad Boy crew, which anyway. But I remember a Lil' Kim would feature or like just come in the music video of like Aaliyah's music video, and Aaliyah would go there, and they weren't even necessarily in the same crew, but then different crews started coming together. I think that's so much. I think we need to like bring that back.
I agree. And that's something like Mark and I have been working on a lot because, you know, we are working on like joint projects, but we were saying like pretty much what you're saying. It's like the community's big enough for everybody. Right. We don't have to have this whole, I call it Nicki Minaj syndrome. Ooh. There can only be one. And you know, like I said,
she said it. I didn't say that.
We know we got love for her. You know, she's my favorite. But there was like, I feel like that mentality has always been like, for some reason, the gays adopted the rules the women have. And I'm not sure why. It's like, we're like, oh, there can only be one female rapper. Right. There can only be one diva. But there's like a million dudes running around. Right. Why, as queer artists, do we feel the same? Like, I can be a rapper. You can be a rapper. We can collaborate. I would much rather build a community than fight with somebody.
That part.
I feel like the drama is so petty. And as I get older, it's just, I'm not about it anymore. Like, Even like when I write like a diss record, it's just like afterwards I'm like, did you really have
Did
to?
you really-
Like,
right.
was it worth it? Like, what did you gain?
And I almost feel like part of what's fueling the mindset of like, you know, me over here and you guys can't come up here is a lot of insecurity.
Mhm.
I feel like secure people, confident people can see the beauty in somebody else, can see the actual artistry in somebody else, and be 1000% comfortable, confident that like I can help you and, you know, let your light shine. That has nothing to do with dimming my light.
Yeah.
Like I love surrounding myself with artists that are dope. I love surrounding myself with, like you said, with oh my gosh. Sorry, now I'm
Chanel?
blanked. Yes. Chanel, please forgive me. Don't you look at this and judge me. Please don't do it. But Chanel, she pushes you, right? Like
Yeah.
she pushes your pen. Those are the people that you need to be around, right?
And I think you have to have a comfortability in knowing that certain people are just more talented than you at certain things. Like I would never claim to be a better lyricist or
Right.
rapper than Chanel.
Right.
Like that girl just
that's her.
murder
That's
on a
her
mic.
thing.
That's her thing. And
Yeah.
she's insane at it. And it's like, I think when you're in a room with somebody who does the same thing as
Right.
you, I think acknowledging that they could be
Right.
better at something
Yeah.
should make you want to be better. It
That
shouldn't make
part.
you want to be petty.
That part.
And, you know, I was always taught that no one above you is going to bring you down.
Right.
So if they are trying to
Oh.
pull you down, that means they are not above you because the people above you will try to raise you.
That part.
And if people below you try to pull you down.
See, y'all
Words of wisdom, it's going to be on a t-shirt next week. Y'all just be copping that
listen,
merch.
That part. I really love that though, because I feel like we should just as artists like have a code of ethics. Like
yeah.
there's no reason. Like if you see somebody who's doing it, I hate comparison.
Mhm.
I really do. I hate comparison. I feel like it kills all good vibes. Like if you're doing something and you're killing it and you're smashing it, amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Because I also just believe like when it's my time to go, like in terms of like, you know, my career and all that kind of stuff, like it's going to be my time. Nobody can stop that. Nobody can block that, right? If I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I'm killing it the way that I know how to kill it, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a like. You don't have to like the person.
That
Like
part.
people just fall out all the time. Like you don't have to like the person, but just show the respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even if you don't understand their art or agree with
Right.
their art, if they're coming from a creative space
Right.
and it's genuine,
Right.
like the hate just doesn't need to be there.
just
Like so you don't have to
doesn't.
like them. You don't have to
Right.
hang out with them. You don't have to kiki. You don't have to
Right.
be friends.
Right. Just, you know, they're doing their thing.
Exactly.
I think that's such an empowered place. But anyway, that's just me. So at this part, I really wanted to hear voices from our community
Okay.
to kind of tell us where they may be struggling. And so you're going to hear a real person. They sent in an audio, and we're just going to respond, you know, if we have any advice or anything like that for them. But this is a real person from our community.
Hey, I'm struggling to push the limit because I'm balancing my side jobs and pursuing my passions. And sometimes it's difficult to find time for both of them, especially when my side jobs take up so much of my time. How do I shift the balance and prioritize what I really want to prioritize?
So as someone who has 2 jobs, I feel the struggle. And honestly, it's a constant push and pull. I
Yeah.
think anybody who thinks they have it figured out
Right.
is living in Delulu
Bullshit.
land.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it comes down to you are working to create art, right?
Mhm.
One is feeding the other.
Mhm.
So if you're only doing one and not doing the other, why are you doing the first one?
Right. Right.
So for me, I had to take like a back seat and kind of like start working less and just I started cutting corners in other aspects of my life.
Mm.
Like I don't have to be in West Hollywood dropping $100 3 nights a week. You
Mm.
know, that's 3 hours, 4 hours in a studio.
Right.
And so that's what I would do. I would reward myself. So I would say,
Mm.
all right, if you don't go out tonight, so you figure out the Waymo, you figure out the like price of
Right,
drinks, and it's
right.
not like okay, $150. I'm gonna take that $150 I would have spent going to West Hollywood,
Right.
and I'm going to put it towards the music,
Right.
albeit if it's promotion, if it's
Mhm.
playlisting, if it's studio, if it's like
That part.
paying off that music video,
Right.
which we're still doing. But it's just like I feel like that's a good way to kind of look at it. And I
Yeah.
think if you're losing yourself in work and you're not able to create, find a way to work less.
Yeah.
I know that's hard. It's
It is
LA,
hard.
and
It's hard.
or maybe that's not the right side hustle for you.
That part. And I really do feel like there is some wisdom in understanding what the correct side hustle for you is. Because like here in LA, I think it can be a little less difficult to find like serving jobs, or I used to do bartending. And those are things that can give you flexibility and some quick cash.
Exactly.
So that you can go do what you really want to do. But maybe if you live in, Boise, Idaho, I don't know if that...
You can find serving jobs there too.
Do they eat out there?
They eat out there. Listen, I've been waiting tables since I was 15 years old. I'll let y'all do the math. How many years that was? Yeah. Restaurants have always been my lucrative.
Your bread and butter.
My bread and butter. It's just it's easy money. I feel if you have a personality for
it
works.
But what if they don't have the personality for it?
Drive for Uber Eats. That's the most flexible thing you can do if you have a car.
That's true.
But then if you don't have a car, OnlyFans.
Get on. That's why there's an uptick.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with selling that body, baby. Sex work is valid.
It is valid. Wow. So speaking of that, resources, you already kind of gave some resources. OnlyFans is a resource. So any other resources you would like to give to our community?
Yeah, I would say, because a lot of people, the big struggle is like putting the cart before the horse. And it's like, do you focus on streams? Do you focus on shows? Do you focus on social presence? And I think there is a balancing act of all. I will say for me, one of the things that really helped me break into the Spotify algorithms, this is good. Firsthand knowledge, getting on playlists.
Okay.
So I use Groover. It's completely submission based. What's also great about Groover, they have other programs outside of just playlist submissions. So they also have like YouTube SEO, like Google ad promotion they can do for you. They run meta ads for you. It's pricey. So again, talking about that balance. But what's good is, especially if you're using a distribution company like DistroKid, they are pre-approved for Spotify Discovery Mode. And in order to get on Spotify Discovery Mode, you have to have X amount of monthly listeners. Well, if you get on 2 or 3 good playlists, your monthly listeners hit that thing, and then you get on Spotify Discovery. And what the Spotify Discovery does, they take 20% commission, but then they push you into editorial playlisting.
Interesting.
So you're promoting through Spotify. So it's like you get your streams up, you get enough monthly listeners to where you can get into Spotify Discovery Mode. And then through that, you're building a slow revenue of streams that slowly increase over time. And it shows you the metrics. It shows you like how many streams you got through Discovery versus like...
Really?
So you kind of plug and play what songs are working, what songs aren't. Last thing I will say is Spotify Marquee and Spotify Showcase.
Okay, I have heard about this, but tell me.
It's very expensive. I think the minimum's $100. So even if you're doing like $100 every 2 weeks, that's $50 a week for promotion.
Right.
And it might only lead to like 500 or 600 streams. But again, you're promoting through Spotify, which shows Spotify's company.
Exactly.
You're serious about your art.
Right.
So then when you're doing editorial playlisting on your new release, because I assume you do that, right?
Yeah. So
every time you have a new single, you can pitch it to Spotify. Yeah. I feel like that really helps because they're showing, you're giving them money, which they're going to love that. But even with like Why Now, I think I threw like $600 into
the marketing promotion
just through Spotify, and we got on several like algorithmic playlists. And so that's again how you reach fans outside of LA, because you always want to build a strong foundation,
right?
But music is international, and you really have to kind of get it out there. It's no longer the game of local scene, make it big. It's like you have to kind of
worldwide, global,
doing everything. And so I would say really just push. And if you think like your music would do well in a certain area of the country, like sometimes I'll just throw promotions at like Atlanta and New York, because I feel like I'm very much East Coast in like my cadence and flow and my sound. So sometimes I'll push that, and
Wow.
I would say trial and error. Try different things, but also don't do any of the weird like body streamy places, because they'll take your music down.
They will. They will definitely take your music down. But this is good. I feel like we need more. I've learned something from you today, and I think we need more spaces where we can learn things like this.
Yeah.
From artists who are doing it and that kind of thing. So thank you so much for sharing. Can you also share your social, like where can people find you, plug the music? Let's do the thing.
You literally can find me everywhere at PrettiBoiRoq, spelled super weird. PrettiBoiRoq.
Hey.
So yeah, on Instagram, that's my YouTube handle. Please follow, subscribe there. I'm always dropping a new music video.
That part.
And yeah, follow me on Instagram. We're gonna be getting to a lot of really fun things here soon. Album date to be announced, but it is done. She's in the vault.
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna have a good ass summer.
That part.
So follow if you want to be part of this fun ass summer. So
listen, everybody definitely follow PrettiBoiRoq. Thank you so much for being here for this first episode. Yes. This is crazy. I love it. Thank you for everything that you brought. I really appreciate it. I think our community is really going to appreciate it. And everybody, thank you for tuning in and joining us for episode 1 of ICONversation. Understand and know that you're icon now, even if they only realize it later.
That part.